Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting a new series and playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I forgot to turn the speaker on there for a second, sorry. I've played Red Dead 2 several times in the past. But for the sake of this series, I am going to start a new game. Now, when I open this up, it's more than likely going to pull up my most recent game. So I'm going to pause the video here and I'll be back whenever I get to where I can, start a new game and whatnot. Alrighty, sorry about that. I just didn't want y'all to have to sit through all of the, loading and whatnot. If you hear noise in the background, that's me eating. I haven't eaten today, and it's starting to kick me in the butt. So I'm gonna play, or start a new game, play it for a bit, and then I will get this uploaded. Yes, I'm sure I want to start a new game. By 1899, the age of outlaws and gunslingers was at an end. America was becoming a land of laws. Even the West had mostly been tamed. A few gangs still roamed, but they were being hunted down and destroyed. Rockstar Games presents Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I'm sure most of you by now have already played this game, and you know what all that says. But, on the other hand, I'm sure there's a couple people that, 6.5, 7 years later, still haven't played the game, so.
Whether it's May, I'm just hoping the law got us lost
Chapter 1, Coulter.
Bring him in here.
Miss Gaskell, get that fire lit quick. Miss Jones, bring in whatever blankets we have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food. Baby's dead.
I apologize for the Xbox making so much sound today. I don't know if it's just overheating or what, but I do apologize for it.
Any more you could have done. What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you were gonna get yourself warned. And I sent John and Micah scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them. And that's just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had a bad couple of days. I loved Davey, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it gladly. But we are gonna ride out and we are gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right. We've got some work to do.
We ain't running.
Alright, I do want to pause the game here and mention the very first time I played Red Dead 2. I didn't really have high hopes for it. I played it the summer of 2019, I believe. My fiance and I got together in October 2018, like 2-3 days after the game released. And then I had played the first Red Dead Redemption game, and I got bored within, the first 10-15 minutes. So the entire time that my fiance, played it, I would be in the other room, because I didn't want to get bored watching him playing Red Dead 2. Because I have a really short attention span. I like watching people play games, but if they play something that bores me, then I'm not going to want to watch them. I'm not going to want to spend time, in the same room with them, because I don't want to be rude and get bored and, all that kind of stuff. So I would always be in the other room while he was playing Red Dead 2. That way I wouldn't get bored or, disrupt him doing my own thing. In December of 2019, I went, into the living room where we had the Xbox set up, where we were staying at the time. We were somewhere else. We weren't staying at this house. We were somewhere else. But in that other house, I'd always go to my bedroom while he was playing in the, living room, playing the game in the living room. So, one day I get, so bored in my room that I go and I sit with him in the living room and I watch him for a bit. The first thing that goes through my mind when I'm, watching him, this doesn't look like the first Red Dead Redemption. This one actually looks interesting. And, that's not to say anything bad about the company, about Rockstar. It's just, some games from one company catch my eye, whereas other games from that same company don't catch my eye. If that makes sense. For example, with Bethesda, for example, I love The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, but with their other games, Oblivion and, all that, I might not be as much of a fan of those games. I might play them if there's absolutely nothing else to do, but I would much rather prefer Skyrim over Oblivion, even though they're both by the same company, if that makes sense. The same goes for Rockstar. Red Dead 2 looked really interesting, whereas I knew the first Red Dead game, which I'd played for 10-15 minutes, prior to that, I was bored of that game, of the first Red Dead game. So, I asked him, when you get done playing, would it be okay if I tried it? And he said, yeah, sure. I've already completed it, so I'm just doing, a second playthrough, or third playthrough, whatever. And, just jacking off, pretty much. Well, not really jacking off, but, messing around, taking his time with the second playthrough. And I said, okay, well, you don't have to, turn it off right now or let me play right now. Just whenever you have, time to, get bored of it or whatever. He said, okay. A little bit later, he asked if I still wanted to play. I said, sure. Well, he asked after the, opening credits, buying $18.99, all that stuff. He asked if I wanted him to run part of the game for me, and I told him no. And he kept asking. And I finally got tired of him asking, so I was, fine, sure, whatever, run it for me. And I wish I didn't say that. I wish I didn't ask him to run it for me. I didn't even make it 5 minutes into the game and I already knew what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. So, they both must have headed down the hill.
Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask.
But I'll let you guys
What
know
really went down back there
what
on
he
that
said
boat?
when we get to this, first point.
Come on. Oh. Hey, you need horses? Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand.
I'll live.
Get indoors, son. We need you strong. Okay. All right, let's head out.
Ain't sure what we're gonna find out here, Dutch.
We have to try. Stay close. We'll do our best to stick to the trail.
This goddamn weather.
Been 2 days or more like this now. Oh, it has to blow over soon. Careful over this bridge here.
Can't believe we lost Davy too.
He's the last one, Arthur. No more. We need to get those people warm and fed.
At least we don't need to worry about Pinkertons tailing us in this.
A couple more days, we'll be on the other side. You need to help me pick the others back up. You're the only one I can rely on to stay strong right now.
We got fire and shelter. That's a start. So, do you think it was a trap in Blackwater?
That many men? Oh, they knew we were coming. There was money on that boat, all right. Lots of it. I stashed what we took with all our money in town right before we fled. Wait, is that someone coming towards us? Idiot. You up ahead. Who's there? Micah.
Right here, my fiance reached over, paused the game, pointed at it. He's the rat. And then reached over and unpaused the game.
Gentlemen,
Found anything?
Dude, that led into a wormhole of, what do you mean he's a rat? You know, what do you mean? What does he rat about? And it just spiraled from there, guys. I was so upset. Let's put it that way.
found
Oh,
a little
goodness.
homestead down
Sorry.
that way.
Okay. Anyone home?
Sure. Place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davy doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davy was a real fighter. Both of them calendar boys is, or was.
Yeah,
And Mac, Sean,
we don't know.
quite a business.
I'm glad you're all right, Micah.
Always. Ask him if he's seen John.
Hey, have you seen John, Micah?
Didn't see much of anything once this storm came in.
He hasn't seen him.
He'll be fine. Things always turn out right for that boy.
I hope Mac and Sean are still out there somewhere too. Hey, Arthur, let me take the rear. You move up. Easy.
You sure about this, Micah? Mr. Morgan, I never thought I would be so pleased to see your face. Been kind of lonely out here. Where's everyone else? Old mining camp, back up the hill. Huddled around a fire, waiting for Daddy to put food on the table. Said it before, we got too many mouths to feed. Well, we got a few less now, so you should be happy. That ain't fair, Arthur. I earn my share. You think it's unreasonable to expect others to do the same?
So, this house. You speak to the people there already?
No. Like Dutch told us. Look, but don't talk to no one. Just following orders. You know me. I'm a good boy.
Right.
How much further? Not far.
What does that mean?
Not far.
Man,
Thanks.
a few words, listening.
Okay.
In case y'all
Let's
can't
keep
tell,
it
I'm being
down now,
completely
gentlemen.
sarcastic about
It's
that.
just up ahead.
Micah doesn't shut
Stop
the
to
fuck up.
stash those lanterns, boys. Best you two lie low on this. Okay. Let's head down there. passage up here. Let me handle this. We don't want to spook these fine people.
Someone's having fun in there.
You two, get yourself out of sight. One lonely man is a lot less intimidating than three nasty-looking degenerates. Arthur, in that cattle shed on the left. Micah, get down behind that wagon in front. Hello?
Shut up, Billy.
Excuse me? Hello? Oh, well, hello, friend.
What you want?
I am very sorry to disturb you. My friends and I, well, we got into some trouble up the way, lost in the storm. Gentlemen,
We can't help you, mister.
I got folks dying on the train.
We got a problem. Folks, there's a tragedy here.
No, I just need some
There's a
cans
body
of food
in the
or
wagon.
something.
I hear you. Just keep your eyes on the Dutch.
I think you should go now, buddy.
Alright, sorry about that. Cody asked me a question.
Now, friend, I ain't asking for much. Please, I am kind of desperate.
Hey, I don't believe it. Come
Goddamn bastards, you're dead now!
Arthur, I said I'd handle this.
Didn't seem to be going too well.
The goddamn O'Driscoll boys here. Why?
I don't know. Maybe same as us.
Micah, go bring the horses closer to the house. Arthur, let's go search the cabin.
Smells like a party in here.
Turn the place upside down. Grab as many supplies as you can. We need the essentials. Food, medicine, whiskey.
I'm starving.
You should eat something now. Get your strength up for the ride back.
Looks like the poor bastard was married too. At some point.
If we can't eat it or drink it, put it down. I don't believe it.
It's a strange one, all right. Maybe they're hiding up here too. There's a big price on Colm O'Driscoll's head. Nearly as big as the one on yours. The place is dry, warm. We could maybe move the women and Jack down here.
Maybe. We'll see how they are when we get back. I don't really want us to split up.
Big old pool of blood on the floor here. Probably the poor bastard who lived here. Micah found a dead body in the wagon outside. Back these on the horses. Grab anything you think we can use, then meet me out here. Micah, Arthur, keep looking for stuff. Arthur, go see if there's anything in that barn. Micah, you search the cabin, see what we missed. Sure.
I forgot to look upstairs in the loft. I usually go up there. I'll go search the barn in a minute.
Run along, Arthur. Be a good little boy and check the barn. Bastard shot my cousin! Well, he started it. I'm gonna break your neck! What's going on? This guy just jumped me. Oh, did he now? Sneaky little bastard. Should I kill him?
No. Not yet. Find out what they're doing here and where Colm is.
Oh, this son of a bitch would talk. Where's Colm O'Driscoll?
With the others. At an old mining camp southwest of here. Near the lake.
What are you bastards doing? Why are you up here?
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. I don't know more than that, I swear.
Well, I would say it looks like you have this, Arthur. Do what you want with him. I don't care. But bring that horse when you're done. Oh.
I don't know.
It's okay. Easy. You're okay. Whoa, now, easy. Whoa, now, easy. Easy. Yeah, good boy.
Leave her alone.
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Micah. Look at her. Miss. You...
Oh, you fool, Micah.
Miss. Now, it is gonna be okay. We mean you no harm. Miss. Come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here and quick. Come on. Oh. You okay, miss?
They came 3 days ago. And my husband,
Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here. You come with us. Arthur.
Yes, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them. Yeah, it's okay. Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss.
Adler,
Adler.
Sadie Adler, Mrs. He was my husband.
Hey! Somebody's coming! Looks like it's Dutch. Hey, everybody, Dutch is back! How'd you get on?
Micah found a homestead, but we weren't the first. Colm O'Driscoll and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there, but there is more about, apparently. Scouting the train. Thank you.
That's the last thing we need right now, Dutch.
Well, it is what it is. But we found some supplies, blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up? Give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of darkies?
Get yourself to bed.
Fucking hate Micah. Peter Plumquist did a really good job with him. Made him one of those characters that you can't help but love to hate him.
He ain't been seen in days. Weather ain't let up. He's strong and he's smart. Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape
He
again.
ain't been seen in two days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed. He looked for me.
Thank you.
This way. Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and...
Alright, I'm gonna pause the video here. And I'll see you guys again once we get closer to finding John.
Never look back.
Okay, I know it's just like a minute later, but for anybody that hasn't watched, or hasn't played the game before, or anything like that, Javier and Arthur are pretty much talking about a little bit of background,
What really happened?
giving a little bit of lore
We had the money, it seemed
behind
fine.
the beginning of the game.
And suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets. Take it slow. Big ravine here.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the game again.
Killed a girl in
Oh wait, no, never mind.
a bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though.
We continue along the cliff wall here.
Okay, yeah, there's
Davey
a
got
little
shot.
bit more
Mike
lore,
and John, both
but-
shot too. Sean, we don't even know.
you know, behind the beginning of the game, you know, what happened before we get to this point. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause again until
Bad
we
business,
get to,
all right.
or we find John. Alright, so hopefully I can get this done in about 15 minutes or less.
You sure about this?
I've noticed that tends to be the
It's coming from this way.
limit
Okay.
for the videos I can
Watch
do,
out here.
you know, on average.
Yeah, that we're high up
So
here.
You're telling me.
I need to try and keep the video to 55 minutes or shorter.
Careful. There's a drop here.
I'm gonna go ahead and pause
It's
again
slippery. Be careful.
just to ensure that I can keep it under 55 minutes.
Stay low over here.
And I'll be back whenever we find John.
Hey,
So
Marston, come here.
we're about to get him.
John, we're coming.
I always found it ironic that Javier says at the beginning of this mission that John would come for him
Hide down, Marston.
if,
He's down here.
or he would do the same for him or something like that. Because I've watched playthroughs of, you know, the first Red Dead game,
Good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
and Javier, you know, John does go after Javier. It's for a different reason,
You
but
don't look so good.
he does go
I
after
don't
him.
feel too good,
So,
Nate. Freezing. Don't die just yet, cowboy.
Come on, compadre. Well, we can't go back the way we came. Let's try this way.
Ain't you a sorry sight?
Can't argue with you there.
See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
Sure you did.
You alright?
I don't think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us out. Look up there.
Perfect.
You head for the horses. I'll keep John's friends off until you're clear.
Alright, John, come on. Let's get you on that horse. We're getting you out of here. Come on, this way. Got 'em all. Good work, Arthur. Come on then, let's get back to the others. Yeah. I don't feel too good. You'll be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
There's another fly on that
Little
TV.
fella got bit by a dog. Died an hour later.
You ain't gonna die. Not yet. Up there! More of them! Get out! Look out on the right! Lárgate de aquí! Get out of here! You see any more, Arthur?
Don't think so.
Jesus.
You still with us, Marston?
Just about.
You're gonna be okay. We have some shelter now.
Thanks for coming for me.
Of course. That bullet in Blackwater, now this. You had a hell of a time.
Arthur always says I'm lucky.
None of us are lucky right now. Should ride in the water for a bit. Trying to lose a scent. Don't want to leave a trail right back to camp.
You know, we're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar.
So, freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you.
Here, let's cross to the left.
Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there. John! Someone help John down off this horse.
Can we get some help here? Can we get some help? We need some help here.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go. Ay, careful, idiotas. It's his leg.
Oh, come on, let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank
You
you.
got any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. I suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss. Let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
We have been running for weeks. We found shelter and been resting here in some old abandoned mining town while we wait the thaw. Hardly the spring I had been hoping for.
All right. So I'm gonna call it good here. That way I don't get involved in another mission and, you know, end up going over the 55 minutes that I want to stick to. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. There we go. Anyway, probably stop. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, you know, letting me know what your favorite part of the game is. and what you think of it. What you think of the characters, the game in itself, you know, the whole 9 yards. Let me know what you think of Red Dead 2. And if you haven't played yet, let me know what you think of it so far. What you think of me playing it so far. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. And all that kind of stuff. Bye.